Hello, I'm back again this week, once more talking about my main character, Sheriff Claire Williams, and what I call the Lady Sheriff series. Now, in the previous video, I talked about how I had written a series of short stories for this main character that had been published in various magazines, and they continue to be published, thank God. Today I want to talk about the novel I wrote for her. For a couple of years there, my mother and sister had been after me to write a novel for um, my heroine, and I kind of resisted, thinking, oh, it's just supposed to be for short stories. Maybe one day I can publish a collection. That was my ultimate goal for the short stories I wrote. I didn't have any intention of really writing a novel, but the more they spoke to me about it and encouraged me around, I think it was like the last part of 2023, I finally started to consider it, and I listened to them and I started working on it. So thank you, Mom and Sean, for inspiring me to write my novel. I began, I think, work on it. I think it was in October of 2023. That's when I began work on it, and it was kind of slow going at first. I was working a really, really strenuous job, and it took up a lot of my time. But after work, I'd come home and work on it, the novel. And then I kind of fell sick in early 2024, and it kind of stalled out with the project. And I don't know if I was like losing steam, but my mother kind of spoke to me like, oh, what are you doing on it? Are you working on it? So that kind of encouraged me to go back to it. And then I think it was by spring I had maybe a first draft, and I called it Eye for an Eye. The title comes from the Bible, the passage that talks about, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, life for a life. And it's the book is a historical crime novel set in the 1930s in Indiana. After I had my first draft complete, of course, I went into the revision process, and that took a few months. And I think it was by about June I had a finished project. So, the next step for me was like, do I go and get a literary agent, or do I start submitting it to some indie publishers? Well, I decided to go the indie route because I have never had any luck getting an agent interested in anything I've ever written. So I started submitting it, and I got some good feedback, even from a few of the publishers that ended up rejecting it. And on, I think it was August 4th of 2024, I got an email from Level Best Books letting me know that they wanted to accept it and to sign a contract for a trilogy. So I signed with Level's Best Books. It was kind of a no-brainer because this was just a dream come true. I'd wanted to publish a novel since I was a teenager. But then I kind of went into a panic because I didn't have the second or the third novels written, so I had to get working on those. Anyway, Eye for an Eye is scheduled to be published on August 18th, 2026. I'm very much looking forward to it. So I appreciate anyone just kind of watching this video and joining me for this publication journey. Thank you. Bye.